sir.
You recording?
We're recording. We should be live.
Shit, I ain't tell nobody. On the snapper.
Hey, microphone check, microphone check. Hey, this is the world's most popular barbecue talk, barbershop talk, man cave conversation. However you like it or dislike it, it's the heavyweight champion sports talk podcast. The boys are back in the building. Myself, B. Way. I got my man, the red-headed assassin. I'm gonna take Donald Trump from you, man. I'm gonna remove the Donald Trump of Sports Talk podcast. Okay, we're gonna officially retire that today.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, I just don't feel like that's anything to joke about anymore.
It's not funny no more.
Like it's like personal now. I don't think we should do it.
I've been saying that for a while. You just now saying that.
Yeah, but I'm still, the guy that gets it popping in the old head community is still in the building. We're still sticking with that one. Mr. Red is in the building. What's up, man? How you feeling?
What up?
Another day, another dollar, man. Another day. We got S. Rudolph in the building. What's going on?
What's up, man? What's going on?
I'm not gonna lie. I feel a little unprepared right now, and usually I don't feel that way.
That's rare for you because you're a guy that don't prepare.
Nah, I get on and I go, but I feel a little unprepared right now.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, basketball. Anybody can talk basketball. That'll help you out.
Especially with S. Rudolph in the building right now. We got you got some explaining to do.
You guys are crazy. All right, if you're going where I think you're going, don't do it.
Kawhi Leonard didn't. Woo, boy, he didn't show up in that first game.
Kawhi had a better game than LeBron. What are you talking about?
LeBron had the game winner though.
Oh, a terrible. All right, I don't want to bash LeBron, but that was a terrible shot. He got the rebound, but the shot was bad.
And who cares about the shot? He made the game-winning basket.
No, I ain't taking no credit. LeBron.
Don't say you're not taking no credit because you just started.
No, I'm saying he got a nice bounce on a terrible shot. He got a nice bounce. But the shot was terrible.
Yeah. Everybody says LeBron needs to take more shots like that. Take the game when it don't matter. Force it up if you got to.
I don't want to say I'm taking credit for him for making the shot. He got the rebound on a hustle play, and he finished it. The shot was bad, though.
The shot. Don't matter how bad it was. He made it. He got his own rebound off of your guy who didn't.
You know who I blame? Paul George didn't box out. That's where you were going, B.
Exactly.
No, the ball came short off the rim so hard. But LeBron went all out and got that rebound. Give him all the credit in the world.
He didn't box out. And not only that, but did he not put the clamps on Kawhi and George next possession?
LeBron played tremendous on-ball defense. Tremendous. I think the thing that hurt the Clippers though was that Paul George and Kawhi were too close together, and they didn't know who was going to get the last shot because Paul George was hotter.
George got the last shot.
Yeah, I think, and when you have two stars that are pretty close to being equal, I think Kawhi's better. It does have that dynamic of who's getting the last shot, like LeBron and Wade his first year, where they were like, "Who's getting the last shot?"
I think they're too close. I think Paul and Kawhi are too close to determine that yet.
Yeah, in that game when George carried him in the third, in the fourth, he's hitting the threes, and he hit the shot to tie it up.
Paul George looks amazing. Even yesterday, he looked amazing.
He did look good.
Paul George looks good right now. If he shoots the three ball that well in the playoffs, he's going to be a problem.
Kawhi didn't want no parts of that left hand. Gave him the lane.
LeBron played good D, but the thing that's what it takes away from LeBron when we talk about the MVP awards because you know he can do it, but he don't do it for long stretches. But he played tremendous on-ball defense. Tremendous. He didn't bite on the pump fake. He stayed low. I give him all the credit. But there's no debate who had a better game. LeBron had three better plays. Kawhi had a better game. LeBron had a terrible game.
Wasn't terrible.
LeBron told you he had a terrible game to the fourth quarter.
Oh, you talking about 17?
No, 14 points. 14 points.
And like 8 and 5 or like 8 and 9 or something like that.
Yeah, on what? Like 4 or 16 shooting?
Who?
LeBron.
LeBron has 16 points.
And then what did he have last night?
He had 20 last night. Davis had 14. Davis looked bad, but LeBron. I didn't think LeBron looked good the first game either. LeBron still looked rusty. Even yesterday, he didn't look good.
LeBron didn't look good in either. He didn't look like LeBron either game. I'll say that. because I don't want to say he looked terrible. That'd be disrespectful because he still made some plays, but he hasn't looked like LeBron in either game.
Nah, but he's notorious for starting off slow. So I think he'll pick it up eventually. I think he just wants to get to the playoffs, honestly. I think he's in that position where these little playing games or seeding games don't really matter to the Lakers. They just want to go. And I don't think they ran into the Clippers much either. I think they just want to go.
But do you guys think, as Lakers fans, I was down at the barbershop Friday with a few Laker fans, and they were like everybody thought Lakers were going to win that game. They were like 6-point favorite in Vegas, 5.5. They didn't look good, really, with a team that didn't have some key parts.
I think they don't have an answer for Anthony Davis. No, but not too many people do.
Anthony looked like the best player. He was so dominant, man.
Yeah, he looked good.
But his thing was being in the lane, and when Bron had one on the fence, and like when Kawhi tried to drive, you see Anthony Davis come over, and then Kawhi took one dribble backwards.
Yeah.
Every time it's because Davis is coming over. He's a hell of a defender.
That's what I said last week that he should be Defensive Player of the Year, but
not that good. Second.
Nobody respected it. One thing about LeBron though that frustrates me in year 17 or 18, 17?
17.
Year 17 is that
he's really 18 because that season's over. Technically, it'd be over. It'd be really 18 for him. He
really don't have he's a great athlete playing basketball still. He's a great passer, but he don't really have a great skill. He's not a real great shooter. He's not the best ball handler. Skill for Paul George, we see him knock down consistently. He's going to knock down the open shot. Kawhi had to consistently knock down the mid-range game. We don't get that from LeBron. Every shot he takes, it's almost like you're holding your breath, or you want him to go to the basket.
But he is one of the best drivers to the basket when he does it without being scared to get fouled. When he wants to do that, he's probably the best to do it.
And his durability. The fact that he does take all this punishment and does not get hurt is big. But I want to see him knock down a consistent shot. I want to be confident with him going to the foul line. And we just can't get that from him. But with that said, I still think he's the MVP this year.
I can't answer some more questions because I'm not a Laker fan. So
you're in denial, man.
I would love to answer his questions. I just can't because he asked about Laker fans, so I can't do it.
How are you not?
He's a Laker fan.
What do you do?
I want to see them. You know what? I don't even clap or nothing. If LeBron does something, if he hits a three, I'll be like, I threw the three up. But anybody else does it, I'm just a spectator. I'm just watching the game, man, just sitting there. I don't cheer. Not like it was when the Cavs. I used to wake the kids up when I used to scream when I was watching the Cavs, or even the Heat. I was a Heat fan. I just something about being a Laker fan. I don't know. I don't hate the Lakers. I just can't get into call myself a fan or being a fan. I don't know why.
So Kyle Kuzma playing well right now. That don't get you excited?
No, I think he's a bum.
What? Whoa, wait. How's Kyle Kuzma a bum?
I don't know. And you know what? And I look at D.I. Waiters, and I feel like he had a decent game yesterday in the first game. And he looks like a locker room killer. I just been thinking in my head, what's going to happen this year? He's going to kill the locker room.
Dion's a good pickup for you guys.
Caruso looks terrible. Caruso looks horrible.
Caruso made the two biggest plays. Well, not the two biggest, but the save on the pass from Kawhi out of bounds. He had that layup. He made some big plays, man.
And he looks terrible.
Oh, my
The entire game, he looked terrible. J.R. Smith was on the court. I felt like he should have been at home.
This guy,
he looked
disrespecting the whole team.
He looked high half the time.
Are you worried about the Lakers?
Yeah, I think you're always worried about. I think the West is packed, man. They got Houston. I think even if the Lakers get number one seed and they potentially end up playing someone like Portland,
they're in trouble.
It's going to be fully loaded. I don't think they're in trouble, but I think it's a tough first round out. It's going to be a tough first round out for them to just
Barkley
get them
put one of those stickies up on his little plexiglass saying that if Portland gets the 8th, he's picking Portland.
Well, I mean, Barkley would, and I can get that. But I think you'd be a fool to pick anyone that's lower than the Rockets or even Clippers to beat them in a series. To beat them 4 times, I think Portland's going to be a tough out. I think that for sure.
No, but you're talking about Portland 5 months ago. Portland got Nurkic back.
No, I'm talking about they're at full strength right now.
So I'm saying Portland with Nurkic was like a 3 seed last year. Nurkic is good, man. And now you got Melo, skinny Melo.
Skinny Melo.
Hit the corner tray ball.
He got hot last night.
Portland looks solid, man.
I
would not want to play them in the first round.
Not
especially playoff day.
I don't think they're. I mean, who knows? The Grizzlies, I think, if they hold on to that final spot, they're out in 4 games. Like I don't feel no fear towards the Grizzlies, but
Grizzlies will get swept.
But Portland's a legit team right now. If they can make it back to that 8 seed,
you get playoff Dame, and Grizzlies already lost. The Pelicans are just throwing it away, so it's going to be Portland in that 8 spot.
I think so as well. But like I said, it's tough in the West, man. It's like, how many teams did you have go from the West versus having to come from the East? I think, there's 13 teams, 14 teams from the West playing in the bubble.
Anybody that was within like 4 or 8 games got into the bubble.
I think there was only 9 teams that came from the East. So obviously everyone is kind of condensed. Anyone can really be a problem in the West.
I think it's still top heavy. Well, I think top. If it ain't the Clippers or the Lakers, you'd be surprised. Like really, if it ain't the Clippers, I'd be really surprised.
I think Rockets are playing good ball right now.
James Harden looked amazing on the other night.
He did look good.
He didn't miss a shot to the 4th quarter or something like that.
Yeah, he had 23 in the first.
Yeah, and the 49.
Yeah. You know who looked good the other night too? That surprised me, and I don't know why it surprises me, but it does because of his age. But CP3 can still go.
He's cerebral, man. He's a point guard through and through.
He's a bad boy.
He's been playing that way all season, though. That's why he came in. He'll be top 5 in the MVP voting, probably.
He got them boys competing, and they're not even good. You can barely name 3 guys on the Thunder.
No, don't do that to them, no. They got some ballers, though. That Shea Gilgeous-Alexander is going to be a problem.
Yeah,
he's good, man.
They
got some talent down there. They're not empty. They're not without talent.
They got the big fella, too, Adams.
My frat brother was in town yesterday. Don, he was over, and he's notorious for hating LeBron. Like everything. He's so trace. I can make an argument that Ben Simmons is better than him.
No, you can't.
I'll tell you, this dude. I'll tell you, he's on the chat right now. He said, "Bron trash." And already, so he was talking about. He's talking about how he said, "Man, you let the media hype up 2 light-skinned dudes in Golden State and make it seem like they're really that good when they beat LeBron." He's like, "Man, them 2 light-skinned dudes ain't even that good." So he don't want to give LeBron no credit. He don't give him no credit for beating Golden State. And Klay Thompson. Yeah.
Come on, it's not be disrespectful. They're both good. They're both top 10 players in the league right now. And a healthy Steph Curry.
Klay top 10. I don't know Klay's top 10.
Yeah, he's top 15 though.
Oh yeah, I had to go through a list, but top 10. Top 10 is loaded in NBA, man.
Top 10's pretty high, B. I don't know about top 10.
I don't know Paul George's top 10.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
I don't know Paul's top 10, man.
Paul George is playing like he's top 10 right now.
What's the best thing you've seen so far in the reopening?
Go ahead, B.
Just having it back, man. I like the schedule. Like I watched 5 games in 24 hours yesterday. It was just crazy. Like you don't gotta leave the couch. It's just basketball game after basketball game after basketball game.
It is nice.
Like it's a great life for a teacher who is home all summer. Go ahead. What do you think?
I like a few. It's been fun watching. You ain't got to wait till 8:30 at night and then watch one game. Like you've been getting them. So, but I've seen a lot of good things, man. It's been fun watching. Like I said, Portland looked good. One of the things that's funny because LeBron and Kawhi have this little quiet rivalry. They don't really say it publicly, but you always hear whispers behind closed doors about people saying they're talking smack. And then you had Kawhi get that block on LeBron out of bounds. LeBron's arguing with the ref. Foul. And Kawhi's just following him. Oh, ball. Like they just need to go at it, man. Let's go. But Giannis looked dominant. He picked right up where he left off. 35, 15, and 7. He looked.
Giannis did look good.
I got something better than that.
Embiid with 41 looked impressive.
Yo, I'm telling you, best thing I seen was T.J. Warren.
53.
Yo, and it wasn't just the 53. So he cooked in the first half. He had 29 by halftime. But when he hit those 2 clutch threes at the end.
From deep, too.
That solidified it for me. I'm like, yo, this dude's a baller. It's like the Phoenix Suns gave him up for cash consideration or something. Like, are you kidding me? This guy's balling. And you guys gave him up for cash? He's 53.
He's one of those guys that just consistently got better, too. Remember, he's from NC State. And he was around the time of Lamar. Yeah. And I think he got player of the year that year in the conference. But he wasn't this. And
that's one game, though. He's playing good this season, though. But remember when we had the show at your house, the little pop-up 2 o'clock in the morning show, and I said the Sixers, with no home games, are probably going to struggle in the bubble. And are you guys worried about the Sixers?
I'm worried about Ben Simmons because he just, for some reason, man, he's not good to me. I don't say he's not good. He's a decent ball player, but he's just not what I thought he was going to be.
Well, because everybody thought the same thing you thought with LeBron because they were similar. LeBron was a better high school player.
I never thought he'd be LeBron. I thought more. I never thought LeBron. I didn't think that when
I'm saying you thought the same thing, same body type, same skill set. You're like, LeBron couldn't shoot either, but he's a professional who'll get better year 4, year 5. Ben is the same shooter that he was year 1. He's never gotten even a little bit better. So that's what's concerning about Ben Simmons.
Ben Simmons is like that Jerry curl that just won't quite curl. Like you're waiting for him to take that next step to be a great player.
Do you feel like Embiid's holding that back, or he's just not getting it?
Embiid, I think it's a spacing thing with Embiid and him. I think
he can shoot though, so it helps.
Embiid is a mid-range guy as well. So I think he kind of takes away from where Ben Simmons would a lot of times like to be. And it's a little bit of a crowding situation there. But Ben, either way, like you got to adjust to something. I don't feel like he's made any adjustments. He looks the same as he did his rookie year.
But Ben is an elite defender. You can't take that from him. He's one of the better ball defenders.
Yeah, he's so elite that T.J. Warren yesterday gave him 53.
He wasn't guarding Warren like that.
Yo, he was on him with every big shot. Down the stretch, he was on him.
When you start cooking, it don't matter.
But right, it don't matter because he was getting that thing cooked.
But Ben is an elite defender. He's great in the open floor. He can handle the ball and he can pass. Like, I don't want to kill him. He's still an all-star level player, all-star caliber.
That means he's a top 25 player in the league. That's fine.
Yeah,
I'll give him that.
You said Ben's top 25?
Well, if he's an all-star, I'm saying. I mean, I think it's being an all-star is more of a popularity contest.
Only for the starters, though.
Exactly. For guys like Chris Middleton.
Well, when I say he's an all-star, I'm saying I think he has all-star talent, not because of his popularity. He's a starter every year because of his popularity. I don't know if he should be a starter.
Man, there's guys like Dame Dollar that ain't getting voted in sometimes.
What's the comments say, Red?
Comments, we got a few. Andrew Dixon says, "Are the Pacers a contender?"
No, but they are good. They ain't got a fully healthy Oladipo yet, I don't think.
He also says Zion looks human.
That's another next topic.
All right, we'll get to the next topic. Ron Stallworth says T.J. Warren balled out last night, and then he said whatever he was commenting about, big facts, hot hand. According to Dixon, Ben Simmons, he ain't got no activated to his shot yet.
Yeah, talking about the curl. No, but if they play through Embiid, I think they would be like, you got a vocal Embiid. Embiid's top 10, I think.
So Ron Stallworth makes a good point when he says, it's a problem when they want to score through him. Like the Sixers want to score through Ben Simmons.
Yeah, well, you can't. Embiid is their guy.
We want them to be Penny and Shaq. and Penny's not holding up his end. Ben Simmons is not holding up his end. They should
situation was who was out of line yesterday? Ben Simmons or Shakes? When Joel Embiid told Shakes he was gonna slap shit out of him. And Shakes reacted the way he reacted. They called it all on TV. Well, who was out of line more? The Shake got to take that and just walk away, or is he right for reacting the way he reacted?
Well, why did he say that?
It was something on a miscommunication on defense. I think the previous play.
The cameras, 30 cameras out there.
Embiid was a little upset. Embiid was a little upset about it, and he said to Shakes, "I'm gonna slap the shit out you," during the timeout. And then Shakes was like, "You gonna slap who? Who you gonna slap?"
There's too many cameras out there. You can't talk to me like that.
Yeah, man. I mean, this probably happens a lot, but yeah, you're a grown man. You're not gonna let nobody say that they're gonna smack the shit out of you.
I think Shakes better be happy that somebody was there to hold him back. I don't think he reacts that way if it's just him and Joel.
Probably not. But a lot of fights
the cameras
are like
affected too. You know cameras are recording.
You know that your teammates are going to step in. So it's like, I ain't going to just let them say it, but hopefully somebody stop me from what I'm about to do.
That's how most fights happen, though. Like, I can say,
nobody break it up.
I can say things to you one-on-one, but if I say it in a group full of people, you're going to feel offended. You're going to have to come back at me. That's how fights occur.
You do it. You test that theory sometimes.
Not at all, man. Let's move forward to Zion, man. What y'all think?
That's the thing that made me most mad in the bubble. Until I found out that the crowd noise is only for TV. I don't know why it made me mad for it. Like, they could pump crowd noise into that bubble.
They should, though, to give the home team a.
Yeah, I don't know. You don't get the stuff we hear on TV is only for TV. They don't hear it in the bubble.
I didn't know that. I just found that out. I thought everybody could hear that.
I think I have to be quiet in there. Then I would want that noise, white noise. But
I would want to hear them talking. Like, there's probably a lot more talking, man.
You can. That's why you hear all this little stuff like him and Embiid and Shakes.
And what Carmelo said the first game.
Yeah.
What he said?
Oh, man. You didn't hear what Carmelo said?
Well, Carmelo, every time he gets a rebound, he says, "Get out of here, mother effer."
Yeah, that's what he said the first game.
Nah, he does that every time he get a rebound his whole career.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, there's whole like 10-minute YouTube videos of him doing it for every rebound he gets.
Carmelo a wild boy too, man.
He's always been crazy.
So they're on a tape delay now. I think, 15 seconds? So they can get that stuff, try to block it out.
Yo, does Mark Jackson and these guys have to be in the bubble the whole time?
They're not even there, are they?
I think they were there.
Nah, some reporters they're upstairs in the little glass cases.
They're not on the court though.
But they got to live in the bubble for the next couple months.
Anybody's in the bubble can't leave the bubble. Every reporter that's down there had to go there 7 days in advance and stay in their room.
Yeah, I don't get paid enough for that.
They're probably getting extra. They're probably getting extra for that.
The one dude said that the highlight of his day, the reporter that's down there, he said it's 2 minutes and 46 seconds because that's what it takes to walk down and get tested when you're on quarantine and go back to your room. You can't leave your room for 7 days if you want to be a journalist in the bubble.
Yeah, I'm not being in the bubble if I'm like Mark Jackson and them guys and just got to call games.
That's how you make money.
Yeah, I get it.
Guys are getting paid a lot of money just to do that, just to call games.
Ah, man, that's 3 months.
Back on topic though, this Zion, I'm going to start cussing. Bullshit. I don't understand the logic of it. I don't understand how you're 20 years old and you're telling you got bubble wrap around this guy, man. You gotta let Booby spin. What are they doing? And then David Griffin said, which I like David Griffin, the guy that's OGM for the Cavs. He said, well, the reason why we're only gonna have him play the beginning of quarters, not the ends, because he gets a good warm up and we don't want him getting cold. It ain't good for him. So that's why he only plays beginning of the first, second, third, and fourth quarter. He don't close them.
Yeah, I don't know I don't know why they're protecting him. Well, I can see why they would want to, but like, and you're in the mix to make the playoffs here.
Yeah, it's dumb.
You got to pick one. Either go with them or go without them. But don't do this. Like, you're just setting the man up for failure. And then the coach just got to sit there and like, I wouldn't even want to coach. Like, how you gonna handicap me like that?
He don't have his explosiveness either.
Yeah, he does.
No, he does not. He looks great.
Physically,
he looks great. But he doesn't look as explosive as he has, maybe even at Duke.
You're talking about seeing what he saw from him in 29 minutes in 2 games. You're getting him in 3-minute increments. It ain't fair to him. He don't get a good lather going.
He don't look explosive, man.
You got to say pause after that.
Nah, I ain't saying pause, man. This dude's 20 years old. He should be out there playing. You're getting paid millions of dollars.
I agree. He should be playing. But if he does get hurt, his injuries, they go for a while. Is it worth it?
He's been hurt one time, basically, because that shoe exploded. It was a freak accident. And he got hurt in his training camp with a foot injury his rookie year.
Yeah, I mean, he's the prospect. He is their Peyton Manning.
He's not Peyton Manning. Peyton Manning never missed a ball game. You got to go out there and play, man.
He's their prize jewel, man.
You can get hurt walking your doggy, man. He's got to play. 20-year-olds recover quick. They don't get hurt as fast, man. He's not a veteran. Let him play.
We never saw a 20-year-old that looked like him, though.
Exactly. Let him play. LeBron was like a freak of nature body-wise at 18.
Yeah, but LeBron was still skinnier than this guy.
He's built forward tough. Let him play.
I agree. Because, I mean, the Pelicans look bad. They looked bad the other night. Not the first night. The second night they played, they looked bad.
You can't have your player, like, just coming in and out the game. It was a 2. They were up. They looked good in the first game, the Pelicans. And then who were they playing?
The first night?
Jazz.
Yeah.
Jazz came back. And Zion just over there playing with his hat. I'm like, what the hell's going on, man? You're down 1. And he was like 5 for 5.
I mean, I feel bad because most of them guys came from the Lakers, and there's no real leadership in that group at that one over there. Like B.I., he has to be that guy. But
no, B.I. he got a head case. B.I.'s good, though.
Yeah, but you want him to be that guy because he has the most talent. But
he has to be Lonzo, though, don't you think?
Lonzo's another head case, man. Like,
Lonzo. The dad's the head case.
Yeah, I agree with Brandon. He's pretty level-headed.
Yeah, but he's not a leader. Like, he's not a leader of men.
No, he's not. But he's also not what he was supposed to be, I don't think, either.
Well, his dad made him that. I never thought he was going to be that.
He's not the best of the Ball brothers.
He probably won't be.
He probably won't be. He's not going to be the best of the Ball brothers.
You know, LaMelo was 5'10" going into his freshman year.
Now he's like 6'5" now or something.
He's 6'8".
He's 6'8".
So he got handled too, though.
Yeah, I mean, that's crazy. But none of them guys are leaders, and then that's why they can't close big games. That's why they struggle when the Jazz come back. That's why when the Clippers jumped on them, they lose by 30. Like, it's just
they lost 20 of their games by less than 5 points this year.
Yeah, they need leaders. They need guys that's going to rally the troops. Zion could be that guy, but like you said, they got to let him play.
I think Lonzo could be a good leader as a point guard with a couple more years of experience. You got a very young team over there. I mean, it's hard to lead when you're all the same age. But LeBron, Lonzo can pass the rock. Some of those passes he made to Zion were impressive. I think he's doing a better job of running the one. I think leadership will come with time.
Can Lonzo turn into a knockdown shooter?
Well, I ain't saying that. Don't put that on me, Ricky Bobby.
I'm just saying, that's what he has to be. Like, you have to be able to, when the ball's kicked back out to you, can you hit it more than you?
Depends, because like when I don't want to be disrespectful, but he reminds me more of a Jason Kidd type point guard. And Kidd didn't start shooting until late in his career, like the Knicks, Mavericks.
J. Kidd was always there. I mean, that was a little disrespectful. J. Kidd was always an all-star.
No, well, I'm saying that's why I said I was disrespectful, but I said similar skill type, where Kidd couldn't really shoot the outside jumper either. Lonzo's streaky. He shot well in the restart preseason games.
I do like Lonzo, though. I like Lonzo. They got a good squad over there, man. They just got to bring it together. Holiday, I like the coach, Gentry.
Holiday's a bit of a leader. He can take that role. He's been around for a while.
But could he leave from the bench? He don't start, right? Does he start? He don't start.
You ain't got to start to be a leader.
No, you could be a leader in the locker room, but can you be a team? You need a floor general.
They don't have a floor general.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully they let Zion play in these next couple of games, or else they're not gonna make the playoffs.
I think they're already done.
Woo! You ain't give them no shot.
No, because they're not going to all of a sudden start playing Zion 25 minutes, 30 minutes, and they're at the point now where they're going to have to do best out of 3?
Yeah.
And they're not going to beat Portland.
Taquan Wright says he does start. Holiday does start, and he said Holiday is the best player. I would argue that and say Brandon Ingram's the best player.
Ingram's their best talent. Drew's probably their best scorer.
He's a little inconsistent at times. That's probably why people don't give it to him.
I like Drew though. Drew's good.
The Holiday brothers are what the Ball brothers were supposed to be.
How do you feel about the?
You can't say that yet, B, because LaMelo's not around yet.
Yeah, but the middle one was Jello, whatever his name is.
LiAngelo, but he was the worst of the Ball brothers. He was never that good. He was just happened to have a platform.
He should have went to UCLA and played there 4 years, kind of like go Lamar route, and maybe develop into a player. But you can't leave high school and go play professional. It didn't help his career.
His dad ruined that for him.
But
no, he wasn't that good.
Nah, he went over to China, started stealing stuff.
For no reason either. No reason at all.
No reason. Your brother's a millionaire. You're stealing glasses. Like, stop it.
They might still be there if the boy 45 didn't get him out.
Over in China, it's a little different.
China, they might be doing a hard time right now in China, man.
Over a watch. Your boy's tripping, man.
45 got him out. He got to vote for Trump now. Do you got to vote for him if he gets you out?
Like, thank you.
I don't know.
Yo, ASAP Rocky got out. He got him out in Turkey. He was like, yo, thank you, but I ain't give you no public apology. Can't do it.
I might not give you a public apology, but I might be able to slide your name in the ballot box.
Yeah, I'm probably going to have to slide his name in there.
That's worse than a public apology.
It is.
If it was America, I understand. But he gets you out of China jail? If he gets you out of Chinese jail, yo.
You know what? I ain't mad at you.
He gets a vote.
If he voted for him, I understand it.
I'm sorry. That is different.
But you don't have to. But I ain't mad at you if you do.
Over there, you see how they brought back the one kid from Hong Kong, or was it South Korea?
Wambe.
Was it that? Yeah. They brought him back in a coma.
He was already dead. They were like, he's about to die today. Let's get him out of here.
Yeah, they said, you got to have him back. They brought him over in a stretcher.
Yeah. That's terrible.
Exactly.
That was North Korea, though.
North Korea.
But when they got ASAP Rocky out in Turkey, they was going crazy trying to get him to give a public thank you to 45, and he wouldn't do it. They were pissed about that.
I had tweeted him, said at 45. Thank you.
Move forward.
Well, one more thing about the bubble real quick is what do y'all think about healthy Porzingis? He dropped 39, and they're going to be tough too, man.
I like Porzingis, man.
They're both good, though. I like him and Luka, man.
I had Luka. I had him high in the MVP ballot.
Yeah, they found a way to lose that game yesterday.
Yeah, they got to find a way to win still, but they're tough though.
Because Rockets didn't win that game. Luka and them lost it.
What was the final score in that game? Like 153 to 149?
Yo, it was
third
like
quarter
at halftime.
At halftime, it was like 89 to 75 or something.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the box scores like 39, 30, 29. How'd he lose? Like, oh, God.
I was watching the game with Mika, and Mika's like, who's that guy? And I'm like, Porzingis. How you not know him?
The unicorn.
Like, come on, man. This guy, now that he's getting back healthy, like, this boy is a problem, man. Like, the Knicks gave him away for nothing.
Yeah. He didn't want to stay. But what we on? NFL players dropping out?
NFL guys opting out.
The Patriots just had their eighth
guy. Hold on. Get the comments. Get the comments, right?
You want comments? We're a little behind now, man. Taekwon, love the show, guys. And
appreciate it.
We missed kind of the comments. We kind of missed it. I don't know what we were talking about, but he said at least LiAngelo. So,
talking about the Ball brothers.
I know what he's talking about. I just don't know what we were talking about for him to say that.
I'm talking about how Jello's a bum too.
He is a bum.
I ain't gonna say that,
Anyway.
man. I ain't gonna say that. Shout out to Jello, man.
Probably first pick in the draft, though. NFL players, should I give them background or what?
Go ahead.
They're just I guess the NFL gave players to opt out. If you opt out with underlying conditions by their standards, you would get $350,000 and you would get a accrued season towards your free agency. If you opt out for your own reason, then you get $150,000 towards next year's contract, advance, but no accrued season. But that's basically it.
Well,
go ahead.
The Patriots players must not care because they had their 8th guy drop out earlier today, tight end.
It ain't that just 8 guys for the Patriots. It's 5 starters, though.
Yeah.
Talking about significant players with Chung, Dante Hightower, Marcus Cannon.
Marquise Lee just dropped out.
Marquise Lee, I don't know if he was going to start or not. But
but he was going to be he's a pretty good ad.
Is there an underlying factor of not wanting to play for Belichick?
People have been saying that all week. I don't agree with that. I don't know. The reason why I don't agree with it is because the average NFL career is what, 4 or 5 seasons. You're talking about giving up a whole season. Some of these guys are making $10 million this year. Giving that up?
Yeah,
you're giving that up for it.
You're gonna make 150 to sit out for a year?
No, you're getting an advance on next year's contract.
Yeah.
So you're not getting anything. Talking about a career where they might not have a job next year and you're turning down $10 million. But a lot of these people have significant reasons why they're not in there, though. Like, I don't want to – fans are online bashing these guys like Marquise Goodwin for the Eagles.
I almost bashed them until I figured out exactly what happened. So if you didn't
his kids have died, man. Yeah, his twins died in the womb and his 17-month-old died. And he just had a newborn. He's like, I can't risk it.
Yeah. When I read the article, I was like, yeah, I mean, there's no – you gotta sit out. It's definitely not worth the risk.
Nate Solder dropped out for the Giants starting tackle, getting 9.9 this year. But he had cancer and his son had cancer, and now they have a newborn. He's like, he can't risk it. Would you risk it?
No, I wouldn't risk it.
Oh, man.
Anybody with pre-existing health conditions shouldn't even think about it.
Yeah.
I mean, what are we talking about pre-existing? Are we talking about diabetes or are we talking about cancer?
No, so, like, if he had cancer, he beat it. Like, why take this on now? Like, why put yourself
He had cancer, he beat it. Then his son got cancer as a kid. He's fighting it, and now they have a newborn. So he's like, no.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't either.
The only one that dropped out really so far was the Chiefs starting guard because he's a doctor in Canada.
Yeah.
And the only way I would do it if I was an NFL player is they would do it like the NBA's doing it. They've created some kind of bubble, which would be a pretty decent-sized bubble they would have to find. But that would be the only way I would even consider it. But if you're just letting people go home and do what they want all willy-nilly all season and then come block me on Sunday, I'm good with that.
And I think that's where the NBA dropped the ball. Like when this thing happened at March, they could have scheduled like, hey, worst case scenario, let's do
the NFL. You say NFL dropped the ball?
Yeah, NFL. My bad. Like they could have said worst case scenario, let's do this. Let's have every division go to a city and bubble there, and just create our sort of bubble. But they didn't. They just thought this thing was going to go away. I don't know if they didn't take it serious or what. But now they're in a predicament where, like, I'll be shocked if we get through a full NBA or NFL season with no corona cases where a team has to drop out of a game.
They already got cases. The Lions have 8 players in quarantine right now. They got Matthew Stafford in quarantine.
They made that list now, the reserve COVID-19 list.
Yeah.
Basically, they can't say whether they have COVID or not. But
that's HIPAA.
They're on that list, that reserve list. So they could be injured or they could have COVID. They're just not going to say. But
Matthew Stafford didn't get hurt, and he's on that list.
But I don't know if I would risk playing if I was Matt Stafford. His wife
pregnant?
No, she fought that brain tumor. Remember she had that brain surgery?
Mm-hmm.
That wasn't that long ago. That was right after the season ended.
You guys are saying it all willy-nilly, though, that like you're really going to turn down this $10 million so easily.
I'm not saying that. I said it's tough decisions to make when your career is going to be 4 years.
If it was like my salary now versus making the 10, would I play right now for $10 million? If I had to be a replacement player, absolutely, I would risk it. But if I've been making $10 million consistently per season, I wouldn't risk it.
Do you think it's a coincidence that the majority of the players that opted out have been linemen because they're bigger and their breathing issues could be a problem for them? Because majority of us defensive linemen, offensive linemen so far.
Yeah, I mean, they say this thing is a respiratory, disease and mess up your breathing. I don't know the specifics.
A lot of NFL players, it's common to have sleep apnea.
Yeah, they got so much weight on.
Especially the linemen and all defensive linemen, offensive linemen, linebackers. They all have that sleep apnea situation, and so they can't really have anything that's going to mess with their respiratory system.
That's what I'm thinking. I just correlated the two myself, reading down the list. I'm like, it's all O linemen and D linemen for the most part. Unless you had a real problem like Goodwin with the kids, everybody else was just opted out was linemen. Also, the thought process on a lot of linemen, they're touching a lot. Every play, breathing, sweating on each other, falling on each other. That's constant. If you're a wide out or a corner, you may not get any contact on the play. So that could be a thought process as well. While we're on football, what do y'all feel about Alex Smith getting cleared to practice full contact? You see his leg? I think he was ever going to play again. I don't want to bash Alex Smith. He's a likable dude. Well, he's on the pup list now. Yeah, he's made a lot of money in his life, though. Why? He wants to go out his way, man. I understand it. Like he wants. You to go see his leg? Yeah, I did. It was bad. They took his calf off and made a new front of his leg. Oh my goodness! Yeah, it looks bad, yo. Like it looks like disgusting. You got a small window in your life to earn as much money as you can. And Alex Smith made generational money. He's made hundreds of millions. Oh, he got a chance to make some more. He's still getting paid no matter what. He's on contract. He's trying to get another big payday. And it's a life. Yeah, he's done. Make me cuss, man. Yeah, he's done. Oh, it's hard to be humble when you're on Jumbotron. They put him basically on no limitations, and then he was going to come back, and then they put him on the physically unable to perform list. Because they saw him for the first time because they've been all quarantined. He's like, what are you talking about, you full contact? Get the hell out of here. Look like he got butt cheeks on his shins. Yeah, that's terrible, man. I apologize for that on behalf of Opinionated Facts and TCTV Network. Man, don't apologize for me. You said what you said. I said what I said, but it was in bad taste. But for anybody that saw that leg on that documentary would agree with me. No, it was bad. It's probably one of the worst things I ever saw. But you probably threw up. You can't really look at that kind of stuff. I'm not good at that kind of stuff. But that said, that man wants to. If he still wants the ball, let him ball. I think you always need a goal in life to work towards something to get, especially with a bad injury. But for him to think that he's going to be full contact and have linebackers hit him in that leg, I think he's crazy. He can go out there and start being a GA. You don't want to start coaching? Start transitioning. Throw some balls in practice, no contact, wear that red jersey. But don't take no hits to that leg, man. Shout out to Alex Smith, man. I hope he gets back. He got a chance to compete, man, because Haskins ain't going to do nothing down there. They can't bench Haskins. But talking about old guys that shouldn't play no more, what do you think about Roy Jones fighting Mike Tyson? I don't like that I don't like that transition right there. That was a little too disrespectful. Is it? Yeah. Talk about some old guys that can't fight, man. I mean, these old guys that can't do it no more. Mike looks good. I ain't seen no videos of Roy yet. But Mike looks good. I see one video of Roy. He looked a little flabby, and he was on the speed bag, but he was still killing it. Like, he still had it. Look, I wasn't a professional boxer by any stretch. But me and Brandon did boxing for a couple of years. Anybody can look good on the mitts. The people that don't know boxing see Mike Tyson. I wouldn't want to fight. I wouldn't want to fight him still, but he shouldn't be in no ring. What are you talking about, man? He's fighting Roy Jones. Like, he's fighting. It's a good fight. It ain't even a fight anyway. It's an exhibition. Nah, see, this is the thing, man. Like, they say these things about, we're not going to try to knock each other out, do this and do that. But you get punched in the mouth once, it's going to change your mindset. We're going to tell you this. Here's the rules on it. It's an exhibition. There's no judges. There's no winner. Nobody scoring the fight. They're wearing 12-ounce gloves because they're trying to avoid knockouts. So there's going to be no winner unless there is a knockout. Supposedly, they're not supposed to go 100% punches, but if anybody gets cut, the fight's over.
Oh, what the heck? What in the world?
In the $49.99 pay-per-view.
Wait, if they get a cut, it's over?
If you get anybody that gets cut, fight's over immediately.
Old people cut easy.
It's an exhibit. That's what I say. So maybe if you're going to fight like that, let them fight.
You know Mike Tyson known for knocking people out, or he's going to cut Roy in the first round. It's going to be over.
But how do you say I'm going to go out there, I'm going to swing 80%? Like, Tyson still hits hard. I would bet money on that. He still hits hard.
Mike's crazy. If Roy believes that, Roy probably came up with all these rules. Like, come on, Mike, don't try to kill me when we get in there. Mike going to murder this dude when they get in there, yo.
Mike
Y'all must have forgot. Don't disrespect one of the greatest pound-for-pound fighters that ever lived.
Yeah, Roy's been knocked out 1 too many, 3, 4 times for me.
Roy told me Roy said on the interview, I'm a survivor. He's going to try to take my head off the first 3 rounds. I'm going to get him tired. I'm going to get him up out of there. And it's real slow dialect he uses.
Roy Jones ain't right. Roy Jones didn't finish well when he was fighting. Like, it wasn't – I mean, none of them – they both didn't finish well. But, like, Roy was still trying and losing.
But Roy won his last fight over there in Ukraine or something. He's the WBU cruiserweight champion right now.
Oh, that's a joke.
Tyson's last fight, he didn't come off the stool, 2005.
Because Mike was rich. He was like, I'm done with this. What am I doing to myself?
He was like, nah, I just came. I'm going to be honest with you. I just came here to get the money. I needed the money.
Like, I mean, I'm paying the $4.99. Well, I'm not going to pay for it, but I'll have it. And I'm be watching it. If I had to pay for it, I would pay for it. But
you would pay for it?
Yeah, I would pay for it, man. This is Mike.
Did you just admit to some kind of crime live on Facebook?
What are you talking about?
Like how you getting that for free?
That's FBI copyright infringement.
Nobody caught that but you, Red.
I felt like you just admitted to a crime. That's all.
I'm saying I would never pay the $49 to watch that fight, but I will be at B-Way's house with blue moons. And, I would be watching the fight. I don't know how he's getting it. I'm not going to elaborate on that. But I know he gets all the fights, and he don't even watch boxing and UFC fights. He always got them on, though. He always got them on these $100 pay-per-views.
I don't know what you're talking about, man. But bottom line is, I would pay for Mike, man. Mike is a good watch. You never know what you're going to get. You ain't paying the 5-0.
You ain't paying it, B.
You never know
I would pay for it.
Mike.
I would pay for it, but I don't know. I don't know if I might as well watch it at B-Way's house for free.
People were mad paying for Mike fights when Mike was Mike. Like, oh man, Mike, here goes Mike acting up.
Yo, Mike might bite his ear or something.
You know what, man? Because with Mike, you buy a Mike Tyson fight, and a lot of times it ended in the first round. It's like you pay $89, and Mike didn't. Mike, it was either he was getting knocked out or he was knocking someone out in the first round. Most of the time, he was knocking somebody out in the first round.
It might be worth paying for it though, because the undercard is going to be Nate Robinson fighting Jake Paul.
Jake Paul gonna knock him clean out his socks.
Don't ever disrespect a professional athlete who was a beast who tried out for the Seahawks. It was a beast at Washington.
Nate Robinson threw JR in that crowd once, though.
I don't want to fight Nate Robinson.
How big is Jake Paul?
He's taller than Nate.
Everybody's taller than Nate. We're taller than Nate.
Is it the same weight class?
I don't think it's an exhibition. I don't think it matters.
It does matter, though, in a fight. In any fight, weight class matters, whether you're fighting in the streets or you're fighting in the ring.
I do agree to a certain – boxer's a great equalizer, though, because it's a skill. Unless you're just too big. But if you got better hands, they can't tackle you. They can't use their weight on you. And boxing is exhausting.
It is exhausting. Boxing looks hard. All right, what's Jake Paul's resume? Does he fight for real?
He's fought, 2 fights, Brandon, on YouTube? He's a YouTube star.
He's a YouTube guy, man.
He always talks a lot. I remember that name. I think Brandon watches him.
Yeah, he's huge on YouTube. He probably watches his brother. His brother's famous, too.
All right.
YouTuber.
They're both YouTube guys. That's how they got famous.
But Jake Paul talks a lot, man. He's like, it's nonstop. He talks himself into a lot of situations.
Who did he beat his last fight? He just fought like December or something on a fight, a YouTube fight.
I don't know who he fought.
Jake Paul said he's knocking his ass out. That's all I'm saying.
I don't know who to take on that because I don't know who Jake Paul is, but I'm not betting against Nate Robinson either because he's a big-time athlete. I saw him play football and basketball in Washington.
Yeah, I ain't betting against Nate Robinson either. And B-Way it don't matter if B-Way knew either one of them. Nate Robinson is black and Jake Paul is white, so you know who he's going for.
Jake Paul's white?
Yeah. See, look.
I didn't know that.
He's white. He's definitely white.
I won't comment on your last comment.
You said it on this show. Like, I'm betting everything black. I don't care. You said it. I'm just repeating it.
I don't know what you're talking about, man. They gotta go back and find those episodes or something.
That was like 2 episodes ago.
You know why you don't know who that guy is? His name was like Eskin Gibb or something. That's why you never heard. Yeah, something weird. Some weird name.
I never heard of it. I don't know what Jake Paul does on YouTube.
You never know these YouTubers. Man, the kids know the YouTubers better than anybody. If you want to know anybody, like I watched my son. I told him one day that he couldn't play Fortnite. I forget what happened. I think he was gonna punish me or something. I go upstairs and he's watching on the iPad. He's watching a YouTuber play Fortnite on YouTube, and I was immediately mad. Like,
does that count?
I told you no Fortnite. He was like, "Well, I'm not playing it." I said, "You're still watching someone play it."
I'm saying, technically, if I was his lawyer, I think I could get him off on that case.
You probably could. So he had me. I didn't want to admit that he had me in it. It was like,
you was telling me how your son was like, "Yo, my dad's on YouTube because of the podcast."
Yeah, he found me on YouTube. I don't let him watch that either. Or this. I don't let him watch this either.
We need every view we can get, dog.
How do y'all feel about the MLB? Is it going to finish? Is it a bad omen for the NFL?
It's never going to finish. There's not a chance they finish.
They 2 weeks in and canceled 30 games already. 24, 26 games?
24 games. But
they canceled more today, though. I think that adds up, right?
They got the Cardinals, the Phillies, the Marlins. Marlins started this whole thing. They're like the Rudy Gobert.
It's always Florida, man. It's always Florida.
They started the whole thing. They got that whole franchise is sick. They all got the COVID. It's like 20 of them. So I don't think there's no way that there's no way they finish. Not without the bubble. They have to be in some kind of bubble.
They're done.
You can't play and go home and live your regular life.
And then come back in and play with these guys. No, you can't do it.
So they're saying now they highly recommend, that when you go to these cities to play these baseball games, you do not leave your hotel except to go to the game. That is highly recommended.
That's how I live now. Like, I don't leave my house unless there's something about, like,
I'm saying, but it's not a rule for them. It's like, if you go to Chicago to play the White Sox, just stay in your room. But we're not going to tell you it's mandatory or nothing.
If you want to finish the season, MLB players, yes, stay in your room. If you're worried about just getting your paycheck, do what you do. But if you care about wanting to finish the baseball season, then do what you got to do to put yourself in the best situation. I don't get it. I don't get why you would even have it and not protect these guys, as in put like some sort of strict rules in place or have a bubble in place. You're just setting people up for failure.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't see it finishing. I mean, they're only 2 weeks in. They cancel. I mean, they don't have time to make those games up anyway. They're already up against the 8 ball going into November. It's a wrap.
That brings me to my award. But go ahead, B.
No, I know where you're going. That's why I saved my one comment.
Hold on. The NFL is going to be next up with this because the NFL has 53-man rosters, and then you have another 30-something employees that got to transfer. Like, there's no way that this could end good for the NFL.
And they're carrying 90 right now.
Yeah, like it's a joke.
And then when they do the inter-squad scrimmages in the late summer, I don't know how that's going to go either. But Brennan's back after probably, 30-show hiatus? Well, sit down.
Not 30. Not 30.
It's been a lot, man.
It's been a lot. You're right. It could be 30.
It might have been more than 30.
I can't even cue up the music right now because we're not in the proper studio realm.
Go ahead, but you used to sing it.
Be humble. Sit down. Be humble. Sit down.
Yeah, Kendrick would be mad at you.
Yeah.
Be humble award, man. Who we got?
Rob Manfred. And for those that don't know who Rod Manfred is, he's the commissioner of MLB, the baseball. And this idiot, first of all, he does the worst job out of all the commissioners. If you put all the commissioners, even the NHL commissioner, you put them all in a circle, he's the worst one. So he says, like yesterday, that he would shut down the season thinking about shutting the season down by Monday if the coronavirus is not better managed. Then he says the players need to do a better job. The players need to do a better job with managing COVID-19. And then he says there's no quitting us.
That was on ESPN too, right across the bottom. There's no quitting us.
There's no quitting us. So I don't know what's going to happen. We have no idea where MLB is going right now.
I tell you why Brandon deserves. Why I agree with Brandon for one reason why he deserves that award alone was enough for me. When he started his season before one of his teams had anywhere to play.
Another thing.
The Toronto Blue Jays do not have anywhere to play. They're not allowed in Canada.
They can't go to their own home.
They can't go to their own ballpark. So they started the season. They were supposed to play in Pittsburgh. Pirates said, "Nah, you ain't playing in our stadium." So now they're supposed to be playing like Buffalo or something. They don't even have a home.
They're playing at a AAA ball club's field.
In Buffalo, Buffalo.
Yeah,
in Buffalo. How you gonna start a season when the team don't even have a place to play their games?
Full speed ahead, man. There's no quitting them.
He's by far the worst commissioner there is. This guy don't care about anything. He just is glad to be getting a check. He doesn't care about nothing. He don't care about his players. He doesn't care about the season. He has to act like he wants to do work because he represents the owners, and they have to still make their money for him to get his bonus and his pay. So it's a money grab. He's a jerk. He's putting everybody in a bad position. Everybody.
Where we at time-wise?
And he don't even care. So he definitely gets the award for the week.
Shout out to that candidate. Shout out to the whatever candidate has with Prime Minister.
Trudeau.
He had COVID.
What?
Shout out
Did he have COVID?
I don't know.
Go ahead, B.
I was just saying shout out to him for not letting the Blue Jays play there. Like, yo, nah, you ain't bring all them folks in.
What do you mean, man? That's his team.
So what?
He ain't letting nobody across that border. He keeping COVID out.
Yeah, man, we ain't doing none of that here, man.
His name is Justin Trudeau.
No, they ain't letting Americans in nowhere.
I like him though. He's young.
They're treating us like we come from a foreign country right now.
That's
how Americans are getting treated when we fly somewhere. If you fly across seas, we're getting treated like it's exactly. I don't even want to say that, but he's exactly right. That's how they're treating us right now.
Speaking of which, man,
as we should. But go ahead.
Nah, I feel like if you got to sneeze now in like a grocery store, they look at you like you got a turban on at 9/11.
Yo, they do one little cough or sneeze, it's a wrap.
Yeah, I get scared. I be like, and I went to the liquor store, wine and spirits, to pick up some stuff. I think I was going to your house to watch that fight. I don't know. And as soon as I put that mask on, I had to sneeze, and I was like, it was my Raiders mask. It was going to be a big sneeze.
So I didn't want
all that wet stuff in my mask.
Yo, you got to sneeze in the mask, man.
I look around the store like,
mask, man.
I sneezed with the mask off, but I used the elbow. Then I put the mask back on.
Yeah, we got to talk about that. Do you sneeze in the mask, or do you take the mask off and sneeze in your elbow?
Ain't that the whole point in wearing the mask?
Well, because
it is the point in wearing the mask.
If you sneeze in your mask, you still got it on. It's like you still may feel a little bit of snot on your lip.
Yeah, but you got like a little wetness in there all around your jaw.
Come on, man. I'm going a place where I don't even want to go.
This is why I'm asking you. So I let my son use my mask, Brandon.
And I ain't sharing the mask with nobody.
Oh no, I have like 8. I have like 8. So he didn't have one that day.
I would do that. I give him my own mask.
I keep like 3 in my car. So I gave him, this one was brand new. I didn't even use it yet. I let him wear it when we were out. And this dude sneezed. I said, yo, my mask, yo. Like right away. And
that's his mask now. He's like, germs.
He was like, Dad, what am I supposed to do? I said, man, take the mask off.
Nah, kids gotta keep it on, yo.
Take the mask off before you sneeze in my mask, man.
I would say the judgment would be if you see somebody do it and took the mask off to sneeze, would you be mad though?
If you go into the elbow, I might be okay with it.
Nah, that thing still goes everywhere.
You got to use the elbow. I'm fine with the elbow. You can't be just sneezing though.
I don't think it matters. You got to sneeze in the mask, but I don't know if I would. You have to. I think you should, but I don't know if I would sneeze in my mask.
Yeah, I was at Home Depot last week for like 3 hours. I have never been. Well, I ain't gonna say never. That's the most mad I've been in a while for no reason. It was so hot with that mask on, and all I felt was my hot breath coming up into my eyeballs. I was getting pissed. I gotta get the hell out of here, man.
Yo, shout out to the people that got to wear the mask and their glasses.
Oh, that's the one.
It is a tough time.
We all fogged up.
I'm coaching football right now. I got to coach football in the heat, mask on, my glasses on, hat on. Those are like you're all like it's just a bad situation, man. I hate it.
It is a terrible time when you got to wear glasses in your mask, yo. Like it's bad.
Hold on. One more time. Well, we didn't get to this topic 2 weeks ago about the vacation.
We need the woman to comment on this one.
Vacationing with your girl, with your wife. How do we word this? Is
it more fun going on a vacation with just you and your significant other, or you and another couple with your significant other?
Now,
so you're speaking solely on. You're saying more fun, like for you. Like an individual, or just
he's asking anybody who's listening. Would you rather go on a vacation with another couple, or just you and your girl or your man?
I don't know, man.
I'll say from a woman's perspective, the woman and man's perspective would have different answers here.
I think women always want their man to themselves, so they always want to just them, because all the focus is on the woman. They need a lot of attention.
I think it's not even close. It is no brainer to have another. If you're with anybody, I don't care how well you get along for the most part, another opposite sex, for 5 or 7 straight days by yourself, you guys will get into an argument.
But you know what, though? Being with another couple will get you in an argument.
No, you have more fun, man.
No, Samar, I experienced it with you personally, so I know. Samar has caused me at least 2 arguments while on vacation.
But hold on, can I chime in?
How does that even happen?
There's little arguments. They're little disagreements. Like I'll say something, I'll egg them on at dinner or something, get them in trouble. But it ain't like, no. Y'all might not talk for 2 days on vacation if y'all by yourself and have a significant argument.
Nah, see, that's the thing. You think it's over once we start holding hands again when we're out with y'all. But if we get back to the room, it's still a problem. Like it comes up again. And it's like you don't have to be there for that, but you set this whole thing in motion. So I would like to be with another couple most of the time, because then if it's something that maybe your significant other don't want to do, you always got your boy to ride with you. So
yeah,
and then they can get girl time, and you can get your time, and all that. So
like girls go tanning. I'm never gonna go tanning. I chill. I don't really leave the pool bar if I can avoid it. You got your mans with you, now you drinking. Remember we was at the pool bar with the football?
Oh my God.
That's the best part of the vacation. They told me and Brandon were professional athletes.
Yeah, they was nonstop. It was like, I know you from somewhere.
Yo, is it racist though to see 2 black guys on an expensive resort and take their athletes right away?
No, I'll say no to that one.
It's not. I think it's stereotypical.
A little bit.
Possibly.
Dude was like, yo, he came up to me and Brandon by ourselves, and everybody kind of went away. He's like, yo, seriously, just tell us who you are. I won't tell nobody. He swore he played NFL.
And I kept telling him, yo, I don't know what you're talking about, man. Like, seriously.
I think women go on vacations to be with their man, not to be with another significant couple. If it's they might be okay with it, but their goal is to spend time with their man.
Yeah, and like I said, I think the difference is men, we don't require a whole lot of attention, so we kind of want to do our own thing. We have our day set up. We want to go to the pool. We want to drink. You know what I mean? We might get a little nap after like 4 or 5, sleep a little bit, and then go back out.
Around the pool?
Yeah, so for us, it's a little different. Women, they want that attention. So everything you do, if you walk down to the ice machine, they want to come. Like they need that. They need that attention. They want all of it. So
what are the comments? What are the comments?
The only one to comment was Tamika. She said it depends what couple. Me and my husband have a great time alone. Not true. No arguments alone. So Samar, they're saying no. She's saying no arguments. Period.
Nah, because I don't want to talk for B-Way, but B-Way and his wife have a a pact. It don't matter how mad they are or what they're mad at each other out. When they on vacation or they're out, they gonna wait till they get back home to argue.
That's
right? Am I right or wrong?
They've been doing that for years. They call
no,
it.
I think it's great. I think it takes a lot.
He always
a lot of discipline.
He said, "Man, we the ways. We the ways."
I don't know what you're talking about, man.
He been saying that for years, though. A decade. That he said we argue when we get home, but we're gonna take advantage of this babysitter.
Absolutely. We ain't wasting no babysitter night. I always call you like, man, you got a babysitter for nothing? How you pull that off? Marcus babysitter to stay at home.
Yeah, for one, B-Way has two though. That when you just had little Brandon, it was a lot easier to find that babysitter.
Yo, my sister would have him every weekend. Like nothing changed for me. And then I had Aiden. It was like she ain't nowhere to be found now.
I can't take two.
Like even when she wants them now, she'd be like, can I get Aiden for the weekend? I was like, what about Brandon? What's Brandon gonna do? She was like, I can't have them both.
Tell Meek I'm taking that depends on the couple as a personal attack. Because I don't know who she's talking about. Well, we've been on a few vacations.
Yeah, it sounds like she's not messing with you. I'm just gonna answer it for her.
Blaine J. Way said it's better with a couple too.
Yo, he's hilarious.
We're on vacation with Blaine.
That's the dude that called me Trump when I walk in.
Yeah.
It's payback time. So, I ain't gonna do that. I got a little story, but I ain't gonna do it to him because I don't know. You know, he could be watching it with somebody.
We're getting out of here, man.
We didn't know the inputs.
Got all sports for a while.
No, we should have did this like mid-show where we had most people watching.
That's what we used to do it all the time. We used to go like 2 sports and then something off topic.
Yeah. So that's what we should have did.
All right,
Shout out to Blaine Wade, man. He looked like Kevin Hart.
That's a jab, man. He's jabbing.
Nah, it's not a jab. That's not a jab. He looked like he does. He resembles him a little bit. How tall is he?
Look, I'm not even going there.
He gonna put his attributes out there.
I'm not even going there, man.
All I'll say is his legs are little.
His legs are little.
Because he's not fast.
Is that a pause?
You
got to say pause?
Nah, you got to say pause for that. What's wrong?
We raced. The stride ain't right.
We're out of here, man. What's your shout outs, man? Give me a shout out.
Oh, man. This guy is crazy. Shout out to the NBA, man. I'm gonna get a little weird here because I like people to have like their own voice. And I didn't understand it initially why this guy didn't kneel. He was the first guy in the NBA that didn't kneel. Name's Jonathan Isaac. He didn't kneel. And I thought at first look, I was a little upset about it. But then when I figured out why and like his religion, he's an ordained minister. He became an ordained minister back in March. Mm-hmm. And for some of those reasons in there, he gave a good explanation on the Bible and why he didn't kneel. And I just kind of wanted to shout him out
I like that. I don't want to say I liked it. He didn't wear the shirt either, but I feel like it was good for us because you got to have that same energy on both sides. You can't be mad when somebody's mad and somebody's kneeling, and they get mad when a guy chooses not to kneel. You have the same right on either side of it.
Right.
And he has that right to stand. And I had no problem with it.
Yeah, initially I was like, but he didn't wear the shirt either. So that was another thing. I was like, he didn't wear the black light. But then when he put it all together in his statement after the game was over, it all made sense. So I wanted to shout him out for that.
They used him, but Greg Popovich didn't kneel either, and he's big time advocate for.
Yeah, but he also wore the shirt. So these guys didn't kneel, but they had the shirt on. This guy didn't do either.
Yeah, but
they had that shirt on. He didn't kneel, and he's a black player.
What my stance was this whole process. If you're not gonna be part of the solution, just don't be part of the problem. And he didn't say nothing negative about the movement. He just said I chose to stand for my own reasons, and I'm fine with that. He ain't part of the problem at all.
Now, he was in support of Black Lives Matter.
No,
he made that very clear. That wasn't the reason why he didn't wear the shirt.
Yeah, he just said he wanted to be a humble servant for God.
Yes. So, yeah, that's why I wanted to shout him out.
And we know Pops for the cause.
I know. Yeah. So, I got no problem with it. Leonard stood last night. Myers Leonard stood last night. Trump tweeted him out this morning.
Hey.
Trump not the back in Trump not the back in year one.
But it's funny though that Isaac stood first and they didn't say nothing. Then the white guy stood out of all the people and they put a circle around him and posted online like, look at this guy standing for the call. Like he wasn't the only one that stood. But
he wasn't even the first one that stood.
He wasn't even the first one. He wasn't even the fifth one, I don't think. Because Becky Hammond stood. Doc got up halfway down. His knees was aching. His knees was aching.
You see them all put towels down. They all put towels down when they kneel.
Yo, Doc was like, he's like, how are you going to have your neck on somebody's neck for 8 minutes and 40 seconds? The national anthem is 2 minutes and 40 seconds, and my knee was burning.
Yeah, that was hard, man. I'm rubbing my knees just thinking about it. That's not Rudolph. You got any shout-outs?
I do have a shout-out today.
Uh-oh.
It's rare, right? It's rare. I'm going to shout out Mackenzie Scott Bezos, better known as Jeff Bezos, the richest man in the world. Richest man in the world's ex-wife.
She's balling, though. She
got a divorce and got a substantial amount of money I don't feel she deserved. That's another issue. But she was an instant billionaire because she married and got divorced from a billionaire. But she's already given $1.7 billion away. And she gave $586 million to social injustice.
Ooh.
And racial equality.
And she just gave $20 million to HBCUs.
Yeah.
Ooh.
She just did it. This was like 2 days ago.
So she's giving out $1.7 billion of the money she got from that divorce, and she's still a billionaire for the record. But look, like I said, people give away money and they act like it's nothing. People give away $1 million more than I'll probably see in my lifetime for a good portion of my lifetime. So I always give credit where it's due, and she's putting the money where her mouth is, and she's giving a lot of money away. Shout outs to Mackenzie Scott. I'm taking the Bezos off because she ain't a Bezos no more.
She's going to keep the name now.
Yeah, I'll keep the name too.
Just like R. Kelly's wife, she keeps her last name. Just
no, matter of fact, no. I'm sorry I even made that statement. You divorced me, the name comes back. You don't keep the name.
All right, Ike. Okay, Ike.
You had to earn that, and then you gave it away.
My man Ike wanted everything back, even the name. He said, nah, the name stays here. The name's homegrown.
Now people get divorced like, you know what, I like this name better. I ain't going back. I'm like, no.
Yeah. Tina said, you can have everything. Just give me the name. And Ike was like,
and
nah.
it's like, nah, the name stays here. What? She
like,
just gave you everything.
That's funny, man. Man, I'm going to shout out 7 Letter Family as always. I'm going to shout out Michelle Obama released her podcast this week. And that joint was good. She had Barack on there, and they talked about, how they came up and how she went from she didn't say this, but she was talking about how they lived in a 2-bedroom apartment growing up on above her aunt's house, and that's where they lived. And from coming from that to making it to the White House, it's like crazy. So I was just like, and being a black lady at that proves that anything is possible. So
if Michelle and Barack get divorced, does she have to go back to her maiden name, or can she stay Michelle Obama?
She's not as famous if they don't have that Obama on it.
Barack be like, I want the name back. I'm taking it back.
Barack loves that woman though. I don't know if it's I listened to the podcast before we went on today. She's probably getting whatever she wants. If they were to go separate ways.
Do they prefer to go on vacation alone or with another couple?
Well, their whole life probably is a vacation now because they're retired. Now Michelle got
they vacation with the Bidens.
Number one,
Jill and Joe.
They're never alone either. If they go on vacation, they got 10 Secret Service with them.
They dial it back once you're not president no more. The longer you go out, but I'm sure he still has a lot probably.
Anyway, shout out to that podcast. And I'm not big on shout out any podcast that's not TCP, but that one was pretty good. So, other than that, make sure you guys like, subscribe, share on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, all that stuff where you can see Opinionated Facts at. Hit us in the inbox if you want Opinionated Facts shirts. They're definitely in. You can go on the TCP website as well. Get all your TCP gear. Say Less coming on at about, you know what they do, 4:30ish, whatever they do. They say 4ish. Other than that, I think we're good. You guys
One last thing for all of us is I ran into Kair's mom in the drive-thru. She must have saw me in her rear view or whatever. She would have head out the window. She's like, "I love the podcast." She said she loved. It was a good show. She watched her son's interview.
Nice. If anybody missed that, you guys can go on our YouTube page and see that there. That's getting good views on the Opinionated Facts YouTube page. The interview last week with Kair Bynum, Carson Newman Sr. right now, headed to the NFL draft if they do have a season this year, around this whole pandemic thing. But, so make sure you guys check that out. We just appreciate you listening, commenting, all that good stuff. You guys good? All right, man. Stay laid up, stay prayed up, stay out the way. This is what some old folks had to say. See you guys next week. Peace.